Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geek Freak, your guide to dominate in fantasy basketball. I'm your host, Zane Hardwood. When it comes to podcasting, I'm a rookie. So let's talk about rookies. Today's topic, I'm going to give you the top 5 rookies that you should definitely watch out for, because they are going to be steals. Doesn't matter if a redraft league, a dynasty league, rebuilding, or contending, it doesn't matter. They are going to be steals. Okay, so let's get to it. Number 5 on my list, Svi Mikhailiuk of Los Angeles Lakers. I don't know if I pronounce his name correctly, but you are gonna love this guy. He's a 6'8" shooting guard. He can shoot, hit the three. He has pretty decent handles. So he's kind of like a poor man's Klay Thompson, although he's not as good defensively, but he can defend. And plus, he's 6'8", so he can bother people. But the reason why you're going to like this guy is because of the fit that he has with the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers has LeBron James, Rajon Rondo, and Lonzo Ball. Those guys loves to pass. Smart, unselfish players who's going to find the open shooter. And they're going to give it to him. Mikhail is a knockdown shooter. He shot 44% during his senior year. So I think he can be somewhat of a 2 3-pointers a game guy, or maybe less, maybe 1.5. But he's going to be very good in 3-pointers. Plus, he's going to be efficient. He doesn't take too many bad shots. He knows his plays. He's a very good spot-up shooter. So he really fits what the Lakers have, the personnel that they have. They don't have a lot of shooters, so that will give Svi some playing time. Since he's a knockdown shooter, he's good with spot-ups. So we're looking at 12 points per game, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1.5 threes with good percentages, maybe 49%. 0.5 steals, 0.7 blocks. He's a pretty tall guy for a shooting guard. And for someone who's going to be available in the 10th or 11th round of the draft, assuming it's a 14 or 16 team league, that's pretty good. How often do you find guys like that at the end of the draft? I think that's a bargain. I really like role players who can strengthen a few cats and not hurt you in the others. So yeah, Svi Mikhailiuk. He's going to be a steal. Okay, so next, number 4 on my list, we have Keita Diop of the Minnesota Timberwolves. He's a 6'8" small forward or power forward with 7'3" wingspan. That's amazing wingspan for a 6'8" guy. Just by his measurements, you can assume that he's going to be a pretty good defender, and he is. He showed it on college. He also showed it during the summer league. He showed that he can defend multiple positions. So that's going to be vital for him staying on the floor. And the money stats is what I love about him. Right now, he's a 3-and-D player and pretty good at it. But I think he can be more than that. But just right now, let's settle for him being a 3-and-D player if you're in a redraft league. But he's going to be very valuable. He can hit the 3. He can get a steal per game, a block per game, kind of like a Robert Covington. And then doesn't hurt you in free throws. He's also a pretty good rebounder, so that's a plus. And with Minnesota, they just lost Nemanja Bjelica, so that's a few more minutes than it's going to come his way. And I am just very skeptical with the Wiggins and Butler situation. I'm guessing one of them will be gone before the deadline. So basically, with Diop, you're looking at a guy who can give you the money stats as a role player and a chance to be even more than that after the deadline. So that's a pretty good deal. And you're also looking at drafting him at around 11th or 12th the round. So I'm also thinking that's a bargain. That's a steal, if you ask me. I like money stats, and he can give you a lot of those. Plus, in Minnesota, obviously, with the talent that they have there, he won't get a lot of shots. So he's not going to hurt your percentages. but he's gonna get you the defensive stats and the occasional 3 pointers. So that's pretty good. I like him. So that's Keita Bates Diop at number 4. Okay, so at number 3, I have in my list here Jevon Carter of Memphis Grizzlies. He's a point guard, pretty undersized, 6'1", but yeah, he does have 6'4" wingspan. But he's a tough dude. He's a lockdown defender during college, so you know that he's gonna get defensive stats. Although yes, he's known for his defense, but he can do the other stuff as well. And he showed us during the summer league. He's a pretty good rebounder for a guy his size. He has good assist to turnover ratio. And during college, he shot 39% on threes. And that's impressive. But that's not the only reason why I'm high on him. Jevon Carter is playing for the Memphis Grizzlies, who, by the way, is a fringe playoff team. So I'm guessing that by December, they're going to start rebuilding. Yeah, they'll try to make the playoffs, see in a few games, see where they stack among the Western Conference, but it doesn't look really good. It looks grim at this point. And they're going to start trading players. Mike Conley and Mark Gasol, they're going to start trading them to jumpstart their rebuild. And I'm really guessing it's going to be by December. So please be patient. Draft him, and even though he's behind Mike Conley to begin the season, that's not going to last long. Eventually, they're going to start tanking and then develop the young players, and that includes Jevon Carter. He's going to be a really good guy to have towards the end of the season. And so, yeah, he's going to get the minutes and the stats. I'm predicting by December, he's going to average 13 points per game, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, 1.5 steals, because he's a pretty good defender, kind of like Chris Paul. A small guy, but very tough. He's not going to get a lot of blocks because of the size, but he's also going to get some threes, maybe like 1.2 per game. The turnovers might be a concern since he's a young guy, learning how to play the point in the NBA. So maybe 2.5 turnovers per game if he gets around 30 minutes per game. But that's a lot of stat stuffing for 2.5 turnovers per game. So I'm not worried. And for a guy that you can get in 11th round, that's a pretty good deal. I think he's something that you should watch out for. He's definitely going to be a steal. A sneaky high upside pick, Jevon Carter. Okay, now for number 2, let's go to the East Coast. I'm talking about my guy, Mitchell Robinson of the New York Knicks. Yes, this guy is also a second rounder, a power forward center that reminds me a lot of Anthony Davis. He didn't play in college, so there's not a lot of footage out there to really fact check if he's going to be a really good player. But I think what he did during the summer league, that's enough. That's enough evidence that he's going to be the real deal. He's going to be the future of the Knicks. Kristaps is good, but he's a little bit too much of an injury prone for me. I think if a team wants to bank on someone, it has to be a guy that you can count on a consistent basis. And I think Mitchell Robinson is the guy. He can get you blocks, he can get you steals, has a high rebound rate, shoots the ball pretty well, good percentages, doesn't hurt you with free throws, and since he's a center, he doesn't turn the ball over that much. There were rumors that he can hit the 3 as well, but I didn't really see it in summer league, so I'm not gonna count that in my analysis. But with all the other stuff that I just mentioned, he's gonna be a stud. He will give you plenty of defensive stats, good FG percentage, and won't hurt you anywhere else. Minutes will be there because he doesn't have anyone to compete with. Although with Mitchell, I think you need to spend an 8th round or 9th round, or maybe 7th, I think, because a lot of guys will be watching him and might there might be a lot of guys who's gonna be sneaky to pick him, especially if they hear my podcast. But yeah, he's gonna be really good, and if you do spend a seventh round on him, he's gonna be worth it. So don't be afraid. With Mitchell, it's better to be safe than sorry. So yeah, number 2, Mitchell Robinson. Okay, so here we are. Number 1. The rookie who's most likely to be a steal is none other than Jaren Jackson Jr., Triple J, a power forward center for the Memphis Grizzlies. For the guy at number 3, Jevon Carter. So yeah, a lot of what I said about Jevon Carter is also true about Jaren Jackson Jr. Memphis Grizzlies is a fringe playoff team, and of course, they'll give their young guns a chance to improve. And Jaren Jackson Jr. is a star. Fantasy-wise, he's a superstar. He is amazing. He can block shots, a lot of them. He can hit threes, a lot of them. As a center, that's amazing. He's basically a 7-foot 3-and-D guy. Not only does he get you the money stats, he get you those money stats at a high rate. And doesn't hurt you anywhere. So that's a really big bonus. I think he's going to be a top 20 player, top 25 in just his first year. He's probably going to be taken around 5th round, but even if you spend a third on him, especially on a dynasty league, that's pretty juicy. I love him. So yeah, number 1, Jaren Jackson Jr. Okay, so there you have it. The top 5 rookies who's likely to be a steal. So yeah, that's it for today, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have comments, suggestions, questions, or general reaction, do let us know. Make use of the comment section down below. And there will be more episodes in the future to help you dominate your fantasy leagues. Subscribe now so you don't miss any of it. Once again, this is the Geek Freak with Zane Hardwood. I'll see you guys next time. Peace!